Alright guys, what is up? It's 8 base bullets here, or you can call me Danny, whatever you prefer. And today I got something a little bit special, I guess, if that's the word to use. Basically, a lot of people, especially when I'm in public rooms, normally ask for a variety of different guns. What's the best mods? What do I use? How to use, basically. Um, but you don't really get so many questions with sniper rifles, purely because a lot of people think, oh, it's a sniper rifle, it kills in one hit. There's no real difference. However, when you main sniper rifles, there is a lot of difference between all of the various scopes that you have to choose from. Um, and as you can see, I have quite a few, just quite, but I won't be going over all of them. Some of them are just better versions of the stock ones. However, I'll just be going over the normal versions since these are the most easy to obtain, basically. So let's just start at the top. Why not? So, ASW. These are the mods that I use. Basically, the sharpshooter scope aims in quicker, and the trigger gives a bit of damage, I think. Yeah, bit of damage and range. Stability you don't need on a bolt action because the ASW doesn't move shot, so stability is useless, and rate of fire is useless because the moment you quick switch, it comes down to swap time rather than rate of fire. So those positive bonus stats, so that's the reason why I choose it. For those of you who use the FR a lot, a lot of people say that it aims in differently, and I understand why some people think that it's slightly different to the FR. I mean, it handles differently. I remember I watched Snow Shovel's video. He said he doesn't really like it because the bolt is weird, and it is. When you quick switch, your character will bolt it back, just like the TPG. However, when you don't quick, practically in slow motion, so the rate of fire becomes useless. Any rate of fire becomes useless at all. I mean, the rate of fire stands at 4 right about now. It's terrible. You can't really use this weapon without quick switching. It would be way too slow, and it would be outgunned by just about anything unless you hit your target. But the moment you miss with sniper rifles, it's practically a given anyway because you're dead. But you you want to give yourself the maximum amount of chance in case you do miss to hit your target again, and that doesn't really. So if you're not good with quick switching, go with the FR because it bolts a lot quicker than the ASW. However, having said that, I've ranted and raved about it for quite a bit, but it's a decent gun. It's the gun that I'm going to be using in ESL this month, so it's a decent gun. It's very decent. Next is the old favourite, the TPG. Now, you're going to look at my mods and think, what the fuck? But there's kind of a logic to it, and it's my aim, basically. So here we go. Now, again, you may think, well, hold on a minute, this has accuracy, accuracy, and accuracy. Not really needed when you have 95 accuracy already. But the thing is that with 95 accuracy, there is always that small percentage of a chance that you aim on someone and you miss. Now, the problem I have is, especially when I drag scope, if you don't know what that is, you scope and then you literally drag your aim to the person and then shoot. But the majority of times that I do this, it will be like a millimeter away from killing them. That it will literally be on the edge of their body. And I've never quite understood why I do this, but I do. And there have been a lot of times where, not due to lag or FPS drops or anything like that that I've missed simply because of that 5 accuracy. I know that seems ludicrous and ridiculous to comprehend, I guess, but I would much rather uh, know that I have more accuracy than I could, if you know what I mean, just to safeguard myself. TPG in itself is a very good gun. It's the first bolt action ever introduced into A.V.A, and it's extremely stable. It will be one of those guns that the moment you learn to use it, it will favour you. It will work alongside with you. I don't think it's really been nerfed that hard over the years. I'm not too sure. I'm sorry if it has been and I haven't realised, but it's a decent gun all round. The basic scope isn't that bad. It scopes in just a fraction slower. However, it doesn't zoom in as much. So if you're used to the FR but you want to try something a bit different, try using this with the basic scope. I know it'll be a bit slower, but it's a lot more reliable. Like this is probably one of the lowest tag rate guns in my personal opinion, and throughout me using the guns, this is the one that's been consistent the most and tagged the least. But if you want to, you can chuck on the high power scope. I do that just because A, the TPG looks a hell of a lot better with it, and B, I like peeking corners with about, I don't know, 2 or 3 pixels of space in between my actual line of sight, so that I see them as a much bigger target than they can see me. I'll go over a scoping video later as to how to do that. I mean, as I say, again, Snow Shovel has one biggest A.V.A YouTuber out there, maybe one of the biggest, I'm not too sure. He has a video on it, I do believe, so you can go watch that if you want. But yeah, basic mods, nothing really fancy. Bit of damage just in case, you know, again, just to have in the back of your mind that you got more damage than you could. So I don't know, that's just my way of thinking anyway. Now the PGM, I don't know how to think about this. Okay, I used to think quite highly of the PGM, but in its recent days it's been nerfed hard. I don't know what they've done to it, but the one hit ratio of it, again, in my opinion, and when I've used it, is, I'm gonna say it's fucking awful. It is fucking awful. It's pathetic, almost. I mean, look how much damage it has. 100, almost 115 compared to, I don't know, let's just say the ASW without the trigger. Yeah, so that'd be 97. So the damage difference is quite dramatic in the sense of a sniper rifle, yet this will consistently hit more than the PGM. And I don't understand that, because the PGM has more damage. So either the stats are lying, which has been proven to be true in some guns, or honestly, I really don't know. The thing what makes it great, used to make it great even, is the ability to put the precision scope on. Now, it's not as quick as the AWM P-scope, however, it is a dramatic increase over the high-powered and the basic scope, which is what made it incredible. You know, you have a ton of damage and you have a quick scope. But again, it's really just fallen off when it got nerfed, and I don't know why they did it, because it was a decent gun. I mean, it wasn't even overpowered. You can't move shot it. The reload wasn't insane. The quick switch time isn't insane. The bolt action time isn't insane. You know what I mean? There's nothing really special about it apart from the damage, and it seems that they've taken that away from it now. So unless this gets buffed again, I would just say honestly steer clear from it, because you may think, oh well, you know, this is great, and then the moment you go into a tournament or something, the one time that you need it to, you know what I mean, kill something, and it doesn't, and you know what I mean, that could potentially lose you the game. And in a tournament, that's quite a big thing. You know, you want a consistent gun, and for tournaments, it used to be good, which makes me disheartened a bit, because it used to be good, and I don't know. It's just fallen off now. I'll keep it, and I can't sell it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep hoping that one day it will get buffed again. But I honestly don't know. I hope it does. However, um, AWM now, one of my favourite guns, gun from my country. Beautiful British engineering. Okay, that was a bit over dramatic, but still, it's a nice gun, decent gun. You can move shot it. It doesn't tag that much, bearing in mind how old this gun is. I mean, I know it's not as old as the TPG, but it's still pretty goddamn old. Um, Basic scope, you don't really need the precision scope. I honestly think the AWM precision scope, for me personally, aims in a bit too quick. But that's personal preference. You can stick it on there. It's one of the fastest, if not the fastest, aiming in scope in the whole entire game. I do believe. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe it is. Barrel, pretty goddamn obvious. Again, as I said, rate of fire is useless. Mobility, it's a scope, useless, and you get -1 range. So that should be removed from the game entirely. Only one trigger, so bit, as I say, bit more accuracy. That's personal preference. You can use it if you want or not. Weight grip, I don't know about that. It adds more stability, and since it's a move shotgun, that's a good thing. But even though snipers aren't meant to be rushed around, I do like some mobility. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a 1v2 situation or something, and they plant at the other bomb site, at least you can get over there just slightly quicker, just so that, you know what I mean, you have a fighting chance of not only killing them but defusing the bomb as well. So that's really the only reason why I just don't see it being worth even €1,000. I don't know. As for the stock, again, I don't really move shot it much, so I'd much rather the accuracy rather than stability. May seem a bit stupid to other people. Again, it's personal preference. I'm just giving you the stats here. You know what I mean? Without you buying the gun, basically. So yeah, that's entirely personal preference. I would say, however, this is a must. And if you love aiming in quick, that is also a must. However, you could literally just run with just that as a mod, and you'd be fine. Next, I would go into this, but there's really no need to. That's the scope that I use on the Firebird. If anyone else has it and wants to know, that's about it really. HK417, I don't use semis much, so I won't go into them much, but I use both mods on here. DSR, a lot of people say it's terrible. I don't think it is. It has a nice move shot on it. I wouldn't use the high powered scope because this gun is all about basically like the point man of the sniper class. Basically, you're supposed to get in there. It's move shotable, so you can just go in there, get your kills. The quick switch on it is insanely quick. Even the bolt action time is half decent. It's not a Mosin gun, so it doesn't take 10 years to reload. Yeah, good gun. A very good gun, as I say. These are my mods. I wouldn't go with reinforced just because it decreases rate of fire. And on this, I know I've said it's really not applicable for all the other ones, but with the DSR, the rate of fire is so good on it. I mean, if you look at the ASW, it was at 4, and this is at 18. So if you do miss your quick switch, it's definitely worth it. I think the rest of these, yeah, rate of fire, and rate of fire. Yeah, full rate of fire mods. It's definitely worth it. As I say, in case you do miss your quick switch, you can just... It's about the seconds. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I haven't properly timed it yet, but it's about a second from firing, bolting, and then scoping in again. So it's a very quick gun. That's why it annoys a lot of people, because people be sitting there with a PGM or something or a TPG, and you just come around the corner and warp basically around the corner, because that's still a problem. and then instantly kill them and they have no idea what's just happened. Uh, Muzzle in the gun, again, takes 10 years to reload, but it's a good gun. Quite accurate when you move shot it. Uh, Looks nice. Again, takes 10 years to reload though. VSS Katana, I don't even have to, it's just overpowered. F4, F2, here we go, the biggest scope to be used in the entire game. Now, I personally love it. The only reason why I don't use it in tournaments is because I don't have a perm stock one. I have the Sumaya and I have the Noel. And that's it. That's the only reason why I don't use it in tournaments, is because they don't allow reskin versions of guns that are exactly the same to their stock counterparts, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but I don't make the rules. So, these are my mods. Sharpshooter, fastest aiming scope. It helps a lot, it really does, especially in close quarters, because you can stay unscoped and you have a much wider field of view, so that when you see someone you can quickly aim in, you know what I mean, shoot them, hope to God it doesn't tag, because if it does you're fucked. And that's basically how you use the FR. It is as simple as that. You cannot move shot it, however, even though it has 30 stability, which is stupid, but there you go. But it's a great gun, decent bolt action time. I go with the range barrel because accuracy, even though I said accuracy is basically just a given of just mindset basically on your mods, the long range actually has a physical increase, like +2 range on a ranged gun can't be all bad, you know what I mean. Magazine replacement, stability is rendered useless, so 5 extra ammo, you may not use it that much in tournaments, but in pubs it definitely helps a bit. Especially if you're getting pushed and all 8 people are at one site, you know what I mean? As long, providing you don't miss. But again, it's nice to have that feeling of I have 5 extra bullets of the sniper that's trying to scope me, so the moment he reloads, I can push him and get him, you know? And with 10 rounds, that's pretty easy. You have 5 extra rounds. I hardly doubt that you are going to miss 5 extra rounds that he then has to reload. You know what I mean? Definitely worth it. It's only 1.5k. Not that bad at all. ASW, well, the other ASW that I have. If you have this, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but if you have this version, let me just check it, I'm still recording, yep. If you have this version of the gun, use the basic scope. Reason being is because it's awesome, because when you scope in you have a little green dot, and that is the only reason why I have the basic scope, is because it looks awesome. That's it. Its scoping time is a little bit slower than the sharpshooter, but if you have it, you can't use it in tournaments anyway, so it just makes it look a bit better. And again, trigger on the ASW. Blazer R93, gun I never ever use, and will probably never use in my entire life. And if you ever see me use this gun, screenshot it, so you know, and put it on a wall of shame somewhere. But these are my mods regardless. Sharpshooter, reinforced, again, precision scope if you like to, I don't know, do things quicker, I guess. Doesn't really matter. This, I don't know. I don't know what it does. I've never tried it. This tags about as well as a semi scope, so don't even bother. If you want a silence gun, there you go, right here. AWM, again, I can be back to mod that. I don't think I had the money. M40 was a good gun, got nerfed, tags like shit now. That's all you need to know with this. You can't use it in tournaments. I think anyway. The majority of tournaments do not let you use this, to my knowledge. At least when I was in tournaments, I really haven't been in any within the last couple of months. Again, precision scope, just as fast as the AWM. Quick scope, Wouldn't recommend. Sharpshooter, good scope, high powered, again takes away, because it's a move shotgun, takes away its, you know what I mean, time to kill basically. Sharpshooter scope if you want to use it. PGM, again, I have the Christmas version, and it's sad to see that this, because it's the exact same version, this tags like shit as well, which sucks. This has a rate of fire mod on for some reason. I don't know why. That OP is shit. M24, I don't use it, but you can use the upgrade kit. I think, yeah, you can use the upgrade kit and the long range at the same time. So use both of these. I reckon sharpshooter scope would be alright on it. And what's the difference between here? You wouldn't even have to buy any of these. It wouldn't make much of a difference. It's just basically these three that you want. Same, no FR, same mods. SV98, gun I never use. The reason why I use basic scope, again, because it looks better. The scopes on the right are not coloured with the gun. They don't have the skin on it, so it looks odd. Especially with guns like the A.V.A. Or the AK-200. If you put the dot or the ACOG on this, it won't camo itself to the gun, which is stupid, but logic, I know. So they're my mods regardless. There you go. I will never use it. So normal VSS, they're my mods. The VSS has quite a lot of recoil, especially compared to the Katana. The Katana is just amazing. But the VSS isn't that bad. I think it can be a 2-hit kill, but it's not a solid 2-hit kill. It's about a 3, sometimes even 4. So that's the Katana. The Knights, I won both of these. I will never mod them. I will never use them, and I can't sell them, basically. And that's another DSR that I won that I will never mod and use. Pistols, I guess we can go on to. Pistols. When not in the tournament, I know I have the Flying V. Again, that's a given because of how you get it. Super Red Hawk isn't bad. Basically as powerful as a sniper rifle if you hit someone in the head, which is nice. Python is pretty good. It has fast rate of fire and good damage. So in case you do miss, you have a quick, as long as, because it's quite accurate as well. The Python is very, very accurate. The first couple of shots will recoil like shit, but if you can control it, it's a very good secondary to have on a sniper class. MAC-10, again, good. SW-19, I don't use it much, but I've heard it's quite powerful. I don't use it. Dual Barbatos are pretty good as well to use, simply because they have 30 ammo. So if you do get into a firefight with a gun and you miss, you have just as many bullets as they do. So with these, I recommend to aim for the heads. With anything, I recommend to aim with the head, but with these especially, just because of the low damage versus an actual rifle, or rate of fire versus a point man. Glock is pretty good. Everyone says it PZs like shit, which it does. So Glock is always good, and the Beretta is always good, and you can buy these timed as well. So if you don't have a lot of money, very good substitute for one. 09s are 09s. I don't need to say anything about that. It's just 09s. Character, that doesn't really add many stats to it, but again, use it if you can. Get a nice XP up from it. And that is about it. Grenades are a given. I don't use grenades. I don't even know why I have. The only one I use is this, and I only use it to people who annoy me, so just because it's fun. Pistol ammo is always nice on sniper rifle classes. I know you basically get a free one of these on a sniper rifle class. If you ever play them, you always get one extra mag. But having another extra mag is always decent, especially if you're having, let's just say, the Colt on one day. and because this only has 6 bullets as standard, and it doesn't have any in reserve. So with sniper classes, you only get 1 extra mag, and with rifleman, you don't get any. You literally just get the standard 6 bullets, and that's it. So definitely use pistol ammo if you're using a Colt or any one of these revolvers. It really helps. And that's about it. I would do a rifle class, but yeah, that might take me a while, and that might take me a while too. Maybe if people comment on the video saying that they want me to do it, I will do it. However, for me to actually just go out and do it, no. Sorry, but no. As I say, if you want me to do it, comment and I'll do it. More than happy. But that's about it, really. I really hope you enjoyed. I really hope it helps you in some way, because I know there's this problem with timed guns, and they will bring them back shortly, but I honestly don't know when. So I hope this helped you without buying guns. Yeah, I mean, just to get a rough idea. I would show you gameplay, but they're all practically the same. Yeah, I mean, they all yeah, I mean, one hit. They're all bolt actions basically, apart from the obvious semis. There are differences to feel of it, but I've given you some rough ideas of what the gun's like, a rough idea of what mods to use. I mean, I've been using the mods on these guns for as long as I can remember. I haven't really changed them, so they're the ones that I'm keeping. But yeah, regardless, if you enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, you can dislike it. Don't really matter to me. You know, just shows me how I'm doing and what you guys want. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a nice day. Peace out, guys.